is a tutorial about recursion. Now, recursion is a programming technique in which the method simply calls itself. So here in the main method, we have a method called tricky1, and if we look inside the method, you can see we have a print statement and we have tricky1 referring to itself. Each time it minuses 2. So essentially, this method will just keep repeating, and essentially it will keep repeating forever. Why? Because we do not have what we call a base case. The base case allows us to avoid infinite loops, and that's what allows the method to stop. Now, I would run this, but actually when I ran it a moment ago, it crashed my recording. So you're welcome to run this yourself. I'm just going to give back the base case, as you can see. We're going to change that to 8, as is on the first quiz question we have in a moment. And when I run that, what do you think the output is? Well, let's just go through it. So we give the value 8 to this area here. Okay, so we pass the value 8. Is 8 greater than or equal to 0? It's greater. So 8 is greater than. Yay. So we come down here into our print statement and it says print n. So therefore we know we're going to print 8. Okay, and let's put that in a comment. And then we passed our value 8 into tricky1. We minus 2 from 8, and that now becomes 6. Okay, then it goes through the cycle again. Is 6 greater than 0? Yes, it is. So 6 is greater. We come here, we print our value 6, and we come here, we minus it, and it becomes 4. And we keep going until we get to our base case. So if we just fast forward, we get to 0, okay, because each time we're minusing 2. Is 0 greater than 0? No. Is it equal to 0? Yes, it's equal to 0. So we print 0. Okay, we print 0, and then we come here and we minus 2 from 0, so 0 minus 2, okay? And then we come back here to our base case. Is minus 2 greater or equal to 0? No. No. So we stop at this point. So what's our output? Let's have a look. 86420. We can make that look a bit nicer by essentially adding some form of spacing there. Okay. Okay, and let's run that again, and that looks much better. So 86420. Now, if we just have a quick look at our question, we've completed the first question. Number 2, what does the method tricky2 do? So tricky2 also receives 8 as a parameter. The only difference between this one is we have our print statement just below tricky2. So that means, of course, that we don't print immediately, and we're going to put our values on the stack. So if we remember, our first value is going to be 8 minus 2. So we put that 8, okay, on the stack. Okay. Then we have 6, then we have 4, then we have 2, then we have 0. So now this time it's of course going to print in reverse order, because we stack all of these values and we resume our execution by printing 0 first, then 2, then 4, then 6, and then 8. So if we just flip that round, okay, and we put it here, we will essentially stack our output, okay, which means essentially we will print in reverse order: 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 was our first value, okay, which we would have printed, but because we stacked the value, essentially we said rather than execute, we paused our process. So the new method call goes to the top of the stack and we pause the process, and we put the 8 on our stack, then our 6, then our 4, then our 2, then our 0. Then when we hit our base case, then we resume by executing each of the stack components. Okay, so that was question number 2. Let's have a look at question number 3. So question number 3, what does the method tricky 3.8 return? So I'm just going to paste that over and we'll go through that step by step. Okay, let's just jump into here and let's remove you. Okay, and you're now tricky 3. Okay, no issue. Let's just check to make sure we're using the same parameter. Perfect. Okay, now again, this is going to be quite similar. So if we look at this one, it says if n is greater than or equal to 0. So we put our value 8 in here. Is 8 greater? Yes, it is. So we come to the body. So we print 8 the first time. Okay. And then we come here and we minus our 2. Okay. So that gives you obviously 6. Okay. Okay, so we printed 8. We put 8 in there also. So that was 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Same situation as previously. Only difference is each time we will print 4, 2, 0. Okay, now we come down to the situation here where these values have been stacked. Okay, so now when we print them in the stack order, which is 0 first because it's going to be at the top of the stack, and then it's 2, then it's 4, then it's 6, then it's 8. Okay, so what essentially happens here is we input the value 8 and we print 8 immediately. Then we minus 2, we print 6, we minus 2, we print 4, we minus 2, we print 0. Okay, and each of those components are stacked, okay, for our final print statement, and they're printed in reverse order. So if we run that code, okay, it says we got an error. Okay, let's just see what our error is. So tricky 3, non-static method, our apologies. Let's just make you static. Okay, now it can be seen in the file. We run anyway, and we get, and then if we want to improve the readability, we can just add our plus. Okay, and equally we can do that here as well. Okay, yeah.